by Dak Bouth, opinion. President Salva Kiir wipes his face in public with a pink handkerchief. Photo. File. May 10, 2018. Nyamilepedia. Conflict erupted in Juba in the year 2013 and the root cause is counted on the past failure of the current South Sudan President Salva Kiir. In 2004, when the Sudan People Liberation Movement (SPLM) was heading to sign CPA, Kiir's advisors and hardliners cautioned him to rebel against Garang because of his pursuit of power. Since 2005, the end of self-determination, 2011, has been marked by ethnic war, corruption, nepotism and tribalism. Therefore, the shame of the past is hunting down the leadership of unfit leaders, as Nikki said. Military competition is important for Salva Kiir's leadership rather than democracy. This observation has implications in the negation led by IGAD. The suffering of South Sudanese should be counted on the failures of President Salva Kiir, as he has no ability and incapacity to lead the people with vision and the mission of the Sudan People Liberation Movement (SPLM). The vision was equality, unity, freedom, justice, social progress, and democratic. Nothing has been done based on our vision. Dr. Nyamilepedia disclosed in the interview on 29th concerned citizen of South Sudan that president has no capacity to lead the country, what was expected by many people in the world. As well in South Sudan, that Salva Kiir, former Ethiopia Premier, has also said that Kiir should resign because of what he has experienced since he was in the office. Mr. President must think first for his sickness instead of making the system of governance collapse. As our resilience has been hurt by weak Kiir's leadership of SPLM, the leadership must face the consequences for the death of thousands innocent populations after they, leaders, failed to forge the new vision for the nation. Salva Kiir popularity and respect had dominated by then, but currently nobody is willing to say Kiroi. General Paul and Teller fall out while they were the right hand to him. Cheer. As Intergovernmental Authority on Developmental, IGAD, High-Level Revitalization Forum, HLRF, on South Sudan is waiting for second phase, President Salva Kiir must know that the suffering of South Sudanese is in his hand and therefore, if peace is to reign in our country, he has to concede power and governance to the people of South Sudan without excuse. Enough is enough. We need peace now rather than later. For people of South Sudan to have lasting peace in 2018, President Salva Kiir should be given a retirement package, including political assurance for safety until hybrid proposed court form to determine his fate. As the whole world is aware that the protracted war was initiated by some individuals in the Sudan People Liberation Movement (SPLM) and around Kiir's circle, those whom had fallout with him recently, have shown to the world that President Kiir's ability to lead the country is at the crossroad. And as such, there must be a change of guard and transitional period for people of South Sudan to see peace in the country. All in all, the attempt made to resolve the conflict in South Sudan by Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD) had been tried but failed because of failed leadership of Kiir and lack of political will of few individuals in the government that has put mediation team of Intergovernmental Authority Development (IGAD) in jeopardize. For the world to prove that president has failed, SPLM reunification would have been done by all factions of the SPLM, the same to national dialogue. All has failed because of Salva Kiir's incapacity to show visionary leadership. However, the third attempt by Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD) led High-Level Revitalization Forum (HLRF) team and the Friends of South Sudan should know that the suffering of the people of South Sudan will not end if Salva Kiir is in power. Suffering is unforgivable. I urge international community to rethink and make a wider consultation for the lasting solution in the country. I therefore believe that for South Sudan to have a sustainable peace in 2018 is for Salva Kiir to exit from power. That will give a chance to the people of South Sudan to restore a lasting peace and harmony in the country. The reason behind the notion of his power exit is because he has a threat of failures, including the 2013 mass murder in Juba at his watch, but no condemnation. He initiated the 2013 to 2016 war, abrogated 2015 agreement and married Tabin, but so far the marriage didn't work out. Sudan People Liberation Movement (SPLM) unification has been put on trial for so many years now, out of reach, but failed again to gain ground. National dialogue was initiated to make him win the heart of the people of South Sudan, but died of natural death. High level of impunity and human rights abused against activists and right defenders, as well as killings of AIDS workers with intention of scaring international community in the country. Collapsed of economic and the lack of rule of law against the perpetrators who had committed crime against humanity. This time round, South Sudanese should be vigilant of Salva Kiir and his leadership, and IGAD must listen to the voices of South Sudanese in order to appoint the leaders of their choice who will take them through to the promised land. Without Salva Kiir. You can reach the author of this article through his email at eligodak@yahoo.com. The statements, comments, or opinions published by Nyamilepedia are solely those of their respective authors, which do not necessarily represent the views held by the moderators of Nyamilepedia. The veracity of any claims made are the responsibility of the writers, and not the staff and the management of Nyamilepedia. Nyamilepedia reserves the right to moderate, publish or delete a post without warning or consultation with the authors. To publish your article, contact our editorial team at nyamileeditors@gmail.com or at info@nyamile.com.